Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Cycle on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nightcomsat. President Bola Tinubu and his wife, Oluremi Tinubu, have departed Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, after participating in the 2024 G20 Leaders Summit. During the summit, President Tinubu engaged in bilateral discussions to advance Nigeria's socio-economic reforms. The G20 summit, hosted by Brazilian President Lula da Silva, focused on the theme, building a just world and a sustainable planet. Discussions addressed sustainable development in economic, social, and environmental dimensions, global governance reforms, climate change, and the digital economy. The meeting brought together leaders from the world's top 20 economies, including the European Union, the African Union, and multilateral financial institutions, among others. President Bola Tinubu has been urged to assent to the road reform bill. Nigerian Institution of Highway and Transportation Engineers made the call at its 2024 International Conference and Annual General Meeting held in Abuja. The bill, according to the institute, aims to revolutionize the country's transportation infrastructure by ensuring the development and maintenance of a high-quality road network expected to improve transportation efficiency, boost economic growth, and enhance road safety across Nigeria. National Chairman of the Institute, Engineer Saidu Hassan, speaking at the meeting, noted that the bill had been passed by both the 8th and the 9th National Assemblies and is currently undergoing review by the 10th Assembly. President Bola Tinubu has written to the Senate seeking confirmation of Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede's appointment as the substantive Chief of Army Staff. This was contained in a statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga. In the letter, the President sought the Army Chief's confirmation in accordance with the provision of Section 218, subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, and Section 18, subsection 1 of the Armed Forces Act. Recall that President Tinubu appointed Oluyede as the Acting Chief of Army Staff on October 30th, following the illness of the late Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja. The Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, has said that increasing the retirement age of health workers from 60 to 65 will address JAPA syndrome. The first Vice President of the association, NMA, Dr. Benjamin Olowojebutu, stated this when he led some members of the NMA on a courtesy visit to the House of Representatives chamber. Member, Wale Ahmed, APC Lagos in Abuja. The association expressed appreciation to Wale Ahmed for sponsoring the bill on harmonized retirement age. Olowojebutu called for the speedy passage of the bill to increase the retirement age of health workers in the country from 60 to 65 and the maximum pensionable years from service from 35 to 40. The Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, has called on Tertiary Education Fund to extend its support to educational institutions under the Nigerian Air Force. He made the call when he paid a courtesy visit to the Tertiary Education Trust Fund headquarters in Abuja. Ramsey Enoch-Agbo has details.
The Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, also commended the Executive Secretary of TED Fund, Aksoni Echono, for his strategic initiatives, particularly the increase in the Education Trust Fund from 2.5% to 3%. He noted that his boost has significantly enhanced funding for infrastructure, research, and faculty development across Nigeria's tertiary institutions.
The TED Fund has been instrumental in advancing AFIT's mission by sponsoring institution-based research projects. Notably, the Center for Innovation and Research, guided by a subcommittee of his board, identified 10 research projects that have been sponsored through TED Fund's intervention. Additionally, TED Fund has generously funded the construction of critical infrastructure within the institute. further enhancing its capacity to deliver its mandate. Furthermore, the fund provides annual interventions across multiple areas, including ICT development, library enhancement, entrepreneurship, and staff training and career enhancement. Additionally, TED Fund has supported capacity building by sponsoring AFI staff to attend conferences both within Nigeria and internationally. We are therefore indeed very, very grateful to TED Fund.
In response, TED Fund Executive Secretary Soni Echonu acknowledged the Air Force active participation in the recent National Research Fair and exhibition. He assured the Air Marshal that his request would be relayed to the Board of Trustees for consideration.
Express our profound appreciation to the armed forces, including the Nigerian Air Force, for your support, for your loyalty and sacrifice in keeping us safe and in supporting Mr. President to guarantee security across the length and breadth of this country. We are indeed very proud of your exploits, particularly we are following what is happening in the Northwest. And we believe that with this concerted efforts, tranquility, peace, and security will be restored to enable us to focus more.
The visit concluded on a positive note, with both parties reaffirming their commitment to advancing education in Nigeria. Ramsey Enoch Agbo reporting for Global Television.
Following recent legal controversies surrounding the Rivers State's financial entitlement, the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation says it will adhere to court orders regarding the disbursement of federal allocations to the state. The Director of Press and Public Relations at the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, Bawa Mokwa, says since there is a notice of appeal, the notice of appeal has overridden the earlier court's judgment, and so far it's a court order that must be obeyed. The assurance comes amid a Federal High Court ruling on October 30th, 2024, which directed the Central Bank of Nigeria to withhold further monthly allocations to Rivers State. Reports gathered say 6 years after former Governor Ibikunle Amosu inaugurated the Mitros Rice Project with grand promises to revolutionize and position Ogun State's agricultural landscape as a farming powerhouse, the 4 billion naira initiative lies in ruins. Investigations reveal that 2 abandoned rice mills sitting on 1.2 million hectares of arable land stand as silent monuments to the state's unfulfilled potential. Recall that the former governor of Ogun State, Ibikunle Amosu, had in 2017 inaugurated the Mitros Rice Project and spoken with hope about the initiative. He proclaimed that the initiative would align with the federal government's agricultural growth plan and transform Ogun into a powerhouse of industrial development. The Nigerian Labour Congress, Yobe State Chapter, has described a circular circulating on social media platforms urging Yobe State civil servants to initiate a statewide strike as entirely false and unfounded. The statement, signed by the state chairman of the NLC, Mukhtar Tabutu, noted that the joint committee, comprising representatives from the government and NLC, has successfully concluded negotiations on the new minimum wage. According to the statement, the report has been submitted to Governor Mai Mala Buni for review and approval. In a landmark move to boost tourism and hospitality industry, Imo State government has signed a memorandum of understanding with Hilton Group with the aim of repositioning the state as a destination for both business and leisure. At the signing of the MOU in Owerri, the Imo State capital, Governor Hope Uzodinma says Hilton Group will manage Concord Hotel for the next 25 years, which formed part of the agreement. Our correspondent Amarachi Ibe completes the story. Well, we'll bring you that story in our subsequent bulletin. Islamic morality police in the northern Nigerian city of Kano are to resume their crackdown on betting shops after a Supreme Court ruling on gambling. The Nigerian Supreme Court had quashed a 2005 law that established a National Lottery Commission and legalized sports betting and gambling, ruling that gambling regulation is a matter of state government. Abbas Sufi, the Director General of Hisbah in Kano State, one of the 12 predominantly Muslim Nigerian states in which Islamic Sharia is used alongside federal law, has said that the Hisbah will resume clampdown on betting shops with renewed determination since betting is illegal under Kano State Sharia law. Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Zulum has called for a comprehensive review of Nigeria's education system. This, according to him, is in order to address the disconnect between educational institutions and the needs of industries. The governor made this statement during a courtesy visit by the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NELFund, Mr. Akintunde Sawyer, at the Government House, Maiduguri. He expressed concern that many graduates produced by higher institutions lack the necessary skills to drive innovation and technological advancement, urging NELFund to critically assess the issue and implement solutions that enable graduates to become self-employed rather than depend on limited job opportunities. The federal government is taking comprehensive steps to end insecurity in the southeast region. The Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badaru, disclosed this in Imo State Government House, Owerri, when he paid a courtesy visit to Governor Hope Uzodinma. Correspondent Amarachi Ibe completes the report.
The visit came shortly after a high-level security meeting held in Enugu, where leaders discussed strategies to address regional security challenges. The Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badru Abubakar, said,
"We had meeting with his support in Enugu with all the security stakeholders, that is the youth group, the chiefs and the CSOs, all from the southeast, and we have robust discussions, and they have contributed very well on how we can improve security in the southeast."
Addressing pressmen after the visit, Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma said, with the latest development, insecurity would be minimized in the zone.
I think we are coming almost to the end of the tunnel, and we will soon see light. The thing about insurgency, kidnapping, and all manner of criminalities in the southeast will soon become a thing of the past. As for the Uletide, our people, the security agencies here, they are prepared and are well equipped.
On his part, the General Officer commanding 82 Division Enugu, Major General Hassan Dada, called on the misled youths in the southeast to give up their arms and embrace peace.
We make sure that the youth, just the way it took place last year, that it will be without crime or minimal level of crime within this festive period. And for all the youths think that have been misled one way or the other with the latest development, they should please come forward, give up their arms and allow peace to reign in the land. And we are there to support them. We will engage them and see how they can be useful to their own lives and make the society grow.
The visit by the Defense Minister signals renowned efforts to tackle insecurity in the southeast, as residents hope that this engagement will yield lasting peace and improve safety. From Government House, Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
The Commissioner for the Ministry of Women and Children Affairs in Northwest State have called on their state governors to include them in Security Council meetings, enabling them to contribute to tackling the insecurity plaguing the region. The call was part of their resolution at the Northwest Commissioners for Women and Children Roundtable discussion titled Harnessing Women's Voices for Lasting Peace, held in Kaduna. According to the commissioners, involving them in such meetings would amplify women's voices and ensure effective representation in decision-making processes. The commissioners from the 7 states in the region who attended the meeting also agreed to collaborate across various sectors to promote sustainable development and empowerment as resilient mechanisms to strengthen peace and security. You're watching News Cycle on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. When News Cycle returns, Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, tells mining companies to spearhead establishment of mining development banks. Details of this, as well as foreign and sport stories, coming right after this break. Please stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. If you've just joined us, this is Global Television bringing you live broadcast of the news cycle. In business, the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, has called on mining companies to spearhead the establishment of mining development banks. In a statement by the Minister's Special Assistant on Media, Segun Tomori, the Minister made the call in Abuja during a Chief Executive Officer's roundtable held on the sidelines of the 2024 Nigerian Mining Week. He urged the CEOs to take charge of creating a mining bank driven by the private sector to minimize government interference, ensure sustainability, and provide long-term credit for the sector's growth. Alake also sued for continued cooperation from mining executives in support of ongoing reforms, noting that they are vital to creating a sustainable and resilient framework for the long-term development of the mining industry. A digital security technology and financial expert, Kingsley Chibuzo Agworu, has expressed opposition to calls for the approval of cryptocurrency digital payment system due to their potential to breach national financial regulations. Agworu, however, commended the Central Bank of Nigeria's decision to prioritize the e-naira over decentralized cryptocurrencies. The expert in a statement pointed out that approving cryptocurrency for national use would contravene Nigeria's existing financial regulations, as cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin operate as unregulated and decentralized assets. He emphasized that the e-naira offers a safer and more reliable digital currency option for Nigerians. On the foreign scene, the European Union raised an offer by rich nations to help poor countries worst hit by climate change to $300 billion a year in a bid to salvage talks that the developing world warned were on the brink of collapse. Developing nations bearing the burns of rising drought had rejected an initial offer of $250 billion per year by 2035, but two negotiators said the EU was urging the wealthy countries raise the sum of $300 billion. Negotiators worked through the night in a windowless sports stadium in the Caspian Sea city of Baku in a search for compromise as the 2-week UN climate talks dragged into an extra day. A senior administrative official has said that at least 32 people were killed and 47 wounded in sectarian clashes in northwest Pakistan. This comes 2 days after attacks on Shiite passengers convoys killed 43. Sporadic fightings between Sunni and Shiite Muslims in the mountainous Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province bordering Afghanistan have killed around 150 over the past month. A massive Israeli airstrike in central Beirut has killed at least 11 people. Lebanese officials say the airstrike destroyed an 8-story building in the latest attack on the city capital. Explosions shook the city following the strike on the densely populated Basta district, which happened without warning. Lebanon's national news agency says Saturday's attack included a bunker buster bomb, a type of weapon previously urged by Israeli to kill senior Hezbollah figures, including then leader Hassan Nasrallah. In sports now, Bayern Munich striker Harry Kane has hit back at criticism leveled at him, saying he would do his talking on the pitch after becoming the fastest to 50 goals in Bundesliga history. Kane scored a second-half hat-trick in a 3-0 home win over Augsburg, which sent Bayern Munich 8 points clear, bringing up his Bundesliga half-century in 14 games. The England captain beat the previous record set by Manchester City's Erling Haaland in 2021, then at Borussia Dortmund, who reached his half-century in 50 games. Kane's hat-trick was hit 7th in the league since arriving in the summer of 2023. Kane, who was also criticized for some lethargic performances at the Euro 2024, told reporters he was used to that now, adding that he was experienced enough to know that what comes with being one of the top players on the top strikers. The English Premier League has unveiled the official dates for the 2025 and 26 season. This was contained in a statement obtained from the EPL website titled Dates for 2025 and 2026 Premier League season confirmed. The announcement emphasizing a renewed commitment to player welfare, particularly during the congested festive period. The new campaign will kick off on Saturday, August 16, 2025, with the final match round slated for Sunday, May 24, 2026, ensuring a thrilling season from start to finish. Well, and that's it on the news cycle, and it came to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365, on StarTimes channel 276, and free to air on Nightcomsat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching, and see you again.